I believe I may have found the most comfortable way to display live stream chat for those of you that do live streaming, and specifically those of you that do live streaming using dual PC setups, and that is by using a portable monitor. There it is, or there's mine at least, the ELECROW 8-inch portable monitor, and in this video I'm going to tell you how I've set it up and why it is so good. Fasten your seatbelts and let's get going with a really exciting video for live streamers, but nobody else. But let's get on with it anyway. Welcome to the Gamer Muscle first person live stream experience. So as you can see here, this is the Super Epic Insanity 355 LG OLED setup, and this is my view that I have whilst I'm live streaming. Now normally when it comes to chat rooms, most people, including myself, would put the chat room on a monitor above the central monitor, or maybe a monitor to the side. In fact, what you can actually see here is we have a monitor to the side that has our OBS on it, the OBS chat window, and the little camera in the corner, which occasionally displays what resembles a boiled egg with a mouth. I don't know what that's about, but we have the monitor to the side. Now, if you have the monitor above or to the side, what you find is that it can be quite uncomfortable to keep glancing across to read the chat or glancing up to read the chat. Even if you make the chat really big, which is what I do on my other rig, you still have to glance up constantly to read the chat, and it's just not the most comfortable thing to do. Now, what I found to rectify that situation was this absolutely awesome small monitor that I then put the chat room on, and I can put the monitor right in front of the screens, and I can have it at a good level, eye level, and a good height, a good position, center, left or right. I can put it wherever I want, so that whilst I'm driving, I can basically just glance and see the chat room. It's much more like a in-game HUD element than it is a chat room on a monitor that I have to look at, and it's just so much more natural. It's so just way nicer to use and live stream from. Now, there are a couple of things worth noting here with this little monitor and doing this chat room configuration for live streams. A big one is, obviously, I use a dual PC live stream setup, and so because of that, the chat room in that PC is completely separate to what's going on in the game, which gives a bit more freedom in terms of using the chat room, setting it up, and it always staying the same. If you do a lot of live streaming, like it's your full-time job, I highly recommend a dual stream setup. If you don't do it as a full-time job, you've maybe got a real life, then you might just use a chat room inside of on your computer as an overlay and run your games windowed, and you could probably achieve the same sort of thing. But as a dual screen setup, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, thing worth noting with this monitor and the specific choice I went for with this little 8-inch monitor is that specifically it's HDMI and also USB powered. Now, you can get a lot of USB monitors, the mini monitors that literally just have a USB cable and they work through USB, but what I found by having this as a HDMI monitor that's still USB powered, you get the advantage that Windows tends to just work with HDMI monitors without issues. Like, once you set it up, if I turn my streaming PC on or off, it's always exactly the same. The chat window is always there. Nothing changes. It's always exactly how I left it. So I'm ready to go basically when I'm ready to go without any fiddling, which is amazing. That's what you're looking for if you do this as your job. On the screen there, actually, as the software, you can see we've just moved a Chatterino window. Chatterino's a chat room app. We've just moved that onto the screen. I've scaled the text, so it's quite large text on it, and that's taken up the whole of that monitor. But the USB power cable coming out of there is going to my actual gaming PC. It could go to any USB socket, so I can position it wherever I want. And the HDMI cable comes out of the little monitor and goes into the streaming PC. There's my gaming PC, there's the streaming PC. The end result is just something that's really versatile and way better, as I say, than having to look up and look to the side to see the chat room. you can just glance, and I could just move it wherever I want. You know, if you're starting out, maybe just using, you could even just use a mobile phone, but then that's going to be really close to you, and then you get eye strain from focusing from far away to close. So it's not ideal, but this is absolutely fantastic. I would say if you've got a smaller setup, a smaller screen, so obviously these are 55-inch screens, they're mental. If you're using smaller screens like I don't know, like a 35-inch ultra wide or one of the 65-inch, you know, the thin but wide screens, and you've got them much closer to you, then the 8-inch screen that I'm using there is probably going to be too big for that setup, possibly. In which case you could just buy a smaller. They do 5-inch screens. I think they do even smaller ones than that. But yes, absolutely fantastic. I've put a link to the screen under the video. If you would like to get one yourself, it'll be an Amazon affiliate link. There's probably other screens that are just as good, so if you buy a different one and you find it awesome, let us know in the comments. But I just wanted to let everyone know about my live stream screen setup, because for me it's just been way more comfortable having something so versatile, simple, and that offers the utility that I want and I need from my live streaming chat room despair sessions. So thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, guys, click that like button, subscribe, happy tea drinking, and goodbye everyone.